let's say somebody listening is thinking, okay, I get the math, I get the model, I'm all into this. I like that there's low competition. I want to get into this. So, what do you teach your students through Trailer Cash Academy? How do you get started in this business?
So we teach them pretty much. I'm going to break it down from the beginning to end. When they come in, we say, everybody, hey, watch the modules. You got to learn first. Take your time, learn the information. Our modules is about 10 hours worth of content in there. We make sure you read a checklist from beginning to end as well, so you get a really good overview of what you're getting into before you even start. And then we tell all of our students, get out there and take action. The first thing that you're doing is looking for communities. Like, where are the communities in my area? What's the rating of these communities? And then we want you to get out there marketing. We talked about the low hanging fruit. Most of the time, getting out of your shell, talking to park managers, so we can get you out to talking to sellers. Go on the phone with the sellers and then get to the appointments. From there, in our program, what we teach is you got to have support. So we're doing a bunch of calls throughout the week to make sure you're held accountable. You're also practicing getting your reps in, especially with negotiations with sellers, buyers, and park managers. So when you get there in the field, you're not stumbling or anything like that. And the third thing that we're teaching is really not just how to close deals, but how to make sure your buyers are taken care of to the point where you're able to get testimonials from them to get repeat customers. So we teach, but we also really thrive on the support. We're here with our students from the beginning to the end, not just us, but we've got 5 coaches in our program. They've all gone through our course. They've done at least 20 transactions themselves in a 1 year span, and they're just looking to serve and get other students to where they're at too.
Wow, it sounds like you're really with them from the beginning to the end. I love that, creating raving fans and that support. And so I love that. I heard you talking about the negotiations piece and the hopping on the phone with the sellers, and I think my heart skipped a beat. I was like, oh my gosh, is so is that a? I would assume that I'm not the only one with that fear. So how do you help people through that piece?
Yeah, a big thing that we do is we really show them the value that they're bringing and really knowing how to pick apart their motivation. I think that's a big piece of it too, because obviously one thing that we made a mistake on in the beginning is we were like, we're just going to give everybody like $2,000 offers and we're just going to see what happens. We weren't listening to them. We weren't consulting with them. We weren't being an advisor. So it's really about having the confidence to say, hey, what's your problem? Here's what I can do to solve it. And here's the value I can bring. And when you come in that manner where you're really trying to help instead of just trying to get a house for super cheap, that changes the whole dynamic between your relationship. You build really good rapport with them. And then they know that we're on the same team. Like, I'm really trying to help you. Either way, obviously I'm going to make money off of this, but I'm here to help you because you have a problem and you're motivated and you need a solution.
Oh, I love that. I think my heart's back in its normal place now, and I'm like, okay, I could do that. I love that approach where you're coming to help, to serve, and so that completely flips the equation around. So I love that.
So what kind of results can somebody expect? Like, they come in, they join the program. Let's say they have no experience. Like, what kind of time commitment are we talking about? What kind of results can they expect in what amount of time?
I like that question. I'm going to pick it apart a bit. As far as time, we say you need to dedicate at a very minimum 5 to 10 hours a week. That's if you're looking to do this part time. You want to get into the full time realm, you got to be able to dedicate somewhere between 20 to 30 hours a week. Now, when it comes to the results, we always say this to all of our students. Everyone's 24 hours is different. We're not going to guarantee you results because I can't guarantee that everyone is going to do the work. What I will say is our most successful students are the ones that went out there, made sure that they prioritize their business in their life. They know they have work, they have school, they have kids, but the ones that have been able to use our systems and processes and actually prioritize their business have been able to close 1, 2, 3. We've had some students close 40 deals on their first opportunity.
Wow.
They're going to do that. But what we're saying is, if you do the work, you show up on the calls, you engage with the community, you reach out when you need help, you're guaranteed to close that first deal within your first 30 to 60 days.
Interesting. Are most of their students where do they live around the country? Curious.
Yeah, so we have students all over the country. We have quite a few in California, Arizona, Texas, Florida. I would say like New Jersey, North Carolina. Those are
The Midwest.
Midwest, Georgia.
Yeah, all over the Midwest.
Yeah, all over the Midwest, the southern
Texas
states.
is huge.
Texas,
Arizona,
yeah.
New Mexico, Northern California, Southern California, really scattered all around.
Yeah.
Do most
How many?
Go ahead.
How many students do you guys have in the program?
Currently, we have close to 800 students that have.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
It's been great. It's been a wild ride in less than 2 years to be able to say that. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. But
yeah,
honestly, a really, really good community. And it's really our coaches. Our coaches treat themselves like family, but they treat the students like family as well. So they're a big part of our success.
Wow. Think about all those lives that you're impacting. It's incredible. That is wild. All right. Well, we could go on and on and on and talk so much more about all of this. It's so fascinating because it's a space that is somewhat related to what we do in the apartment space, but it's not a space that we've mastered at all by any means. So super fascinating to learn more about all of this. All right, let's get into the investing for good impact round. We're going to ask you a couple of questions around investing for good. So the first question is investing in yourself. So what is one way that your investments are helping you to live a better life?
I would say we probably have different answers on this, but one for me is really taking the time to invest in our foundation business, which is our marriage business. I'm not saying our marriage is a business. I'm just saying it gets treated like that priority, like my business. When we take time out to invest in ourselves, invest in other people to help us get to that higher version of ourselves for our marriage, man, it helps our business grow 10x. And we know by us coming together and doing what's right for us and doing what's right for our family, no matter what's going on, good or bad, we know our foundation is solid and we're going to be here for the long run regardless. So I would say that's the main thing for me.
Yeah, no, that was a good one, Jay.
Yeah.
Like, you
You
did good.
Yeah.
I would definitely second that. I think, obviously having a good core is everything, because, when we're on the same sync, when we are in alignment, we can add so much value to other people. But I would say even, just staking it to relationships is really important to us. Investing in, our team and the people around us, the people that help support us to, think bigger and push us a little bit further. I think that's been such a key for our, everything that we've done is just having the right environment, having the right circle of people that inspire us. They're like, man, if you could do that, I know I can do that too. Or they're pushing us to get out of our comfort zone. And so just investing time and energy into just building the right environment and the circle of influence.